Well, I've got a lot of adventures planned for this summer, but telling you all about the adventures, that could be kind of boring. I've got something that caused me to sit back and reflect for a minute, and it happened when I was riding a motorcycle home that I bought for one of the adventures this summer. Now, I'm not new to motorcycles. I've got a BMW R1100R here, and a Goldwing, and I had a Yamaha XT that I just sold to my brother-in-law this week. And I've had quads and dirt bikes and things in the past. And the gentleman I'm going with on the ride shared with me a video of some people doing the ride, and they are experienced riders. And within the first hour, one of the guys got into a sandy area on the road, went down, and ended up being hauled off in a helicopter. So when I picked the motorcycle up a couple days ago, I decided to ride it home around the back way, around town, and there's an ORV park there with lots of sand dunes. So some of the road is actually gravel road that's actually been silted in with sand. So you basically have sand pockets you're riding through. And, you know, it's first day on the bike, and as I rode it through and hit some of those sand pockets, the bike was fishtailing around and moving on me, and I got this little knot in my stomach, you know, a little, I don't know what, a little fear, a little adrenaline rush, something, and it got me thinking, what is it that causes that? What is it that makes me keep doing activities that give me that feeling? It made me think back to when I was getting originally my pilot's license. It's a day I'll never forget. I went up with the instructor, and he says, okay, I had about 9 hours flying, and that's kind of the point where 9 or 10 hours, they take you out and let you solo the airplane. So we took off, went out, flew around for a little while, and he says, okay, let's go back, and if you give me 3 good landings, I'll get out and I'll let you solo. So we're out there. He says, let's do a stall. So I pulled the airplane up to do a stall, and it broke off and did a spin. And he's going, right rudder, right rudder. You know, I said, you right rudder. I didn't even know what was happening. So we did a couple more that day, and I was so nervous and shaken when I got back, I could barely land the airplane, so I couldn't solo that day. We went out again the next time we were flying. He said, I want you to do enough spins that you are never freaked out if it happens to you when you're by yourself. So we went out and did it again. It's every time I got that same feeling. And, you know, I worked through it. Also, I did a 20-year break without flying. So when I started flying again, I had my own airplane, which is another video series I want to put on. I bought an airplane, tore it completely down to nothing, rebuilt it, and started flying it last summer. Sadly, I didn't video the whole rebuild process, but I do have a lot of video, a lot of pictures and a few videos, and I'll narrate the whole process. But when I started flying it again, it was a tail wheel, which is another beast of its own, how to land a tail wheel airplane. But every time I landed, I had that same little exciting knot in your stomach, a little whatever, adrenaline rush or whatever you call it. But it made me wonder, what is it at my age that I still want to do some of these kind of things? Some of my friends, like they say, getting old is an activity not shared with all people. My brother-in-law died of a heart attack a couple summers ago. My best friend's in first grade, got cancer, and he died a couple years ago. I just went in to license a motorcycle today, and one of the guys whose daughter works at the DMV, I just asked her what happened to her dad, and he got cancer. So getting old isn't something that everybody gets to try. but I still want to keep moving. A lot of my friends are afraid to step off a curb. So I consider myself extremely lucky to still be doing these things. So it just got me thinking, what is it that makes me like being alive? I love the saying, "Don't let the old man in," from the Toby Keith song. And the chorus in that song is something I really like. How old would you be if you didn't know the day you were born? I think that is an awesome saying. I stop and think about it often. Like, what am I doing standing on top of this ladder? Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Don't get all freaked out and say, "Oh, I'm old, I can't stand up here." Just enjoy life. One of the favorite sayings of mine is also, life isn't measured by the breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. So you're welcome to come along this next year, however many years I've got. I decided to have fun with YouTube, learn how to do it, learn how to do new things on the computer and the cameras and everything. So you're welcome to come along, and I hope you enjoy the journey with me. Thanks for watching.